How's it going, everyone? My name is Case, and today you join me here in sunny California, where Hyundai has brought us to look at the 2021 Hyundai Elantra lineup. Behind me here is the Elantra Hybrid, which can achieve up to 54 miles per gallon. So let's go ahead and check it out. The base model of the Elantra Hybrid, which is the SEL, starts at $24,545 and gets a total of 54 miles per gallon. The higher trim limited Elantra Hybrid starts at $29,095, and that drops the MPG figure down to 50 MPGs. The primary difference between the Hyundai Elantra and the Hyundai Elantra Hybrid are, of course, the hybrid powertrain. This hybrid is powered by a 1.6-liter naturally aspirated Atkinson cycle engine that produces a total combined output of 139 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. Immediately as you step inside, you will notice that there are a couple of large digital screens. You have your digital gauge cluster right here in the center, which changes its appearance as you select a sport driving mode. And the driving modes mostly just adjust the throttle response and the steering feel. Moving on to the steering wheel, you have a modern looking setup right here with a little bit of piano black and a textured composite material right here where your hands generally sit. Otherwise it is leather wrapped, and overall a simple setup with the buttons that you need, including voice control. And this voice control system allows you to control a lot of different aspects of the vehicle, including the climate system. For example,
please say a command.
Turn on the driver ventilated seat.
Turning on the driver air ventilation seat.
And there you go. The one thing is, if you're using this while you're listening to music on your phone through Apple CarPlay, it will pause your music and it won't resume it. You can ask the system to turn your music back on, but you have to do that every time. Moving down here, you can see just below this charging cable, that is a wireless phone charger with vents in it to make sure that your phone doesn't get too hot. And each of the Elantra models, not just the hybrid and not just the limited higher trim that we're in now, all come with wireless Apple CarPlay. Moving on to the shifter, you can see some more piano black, more metal buttons that have a more premium finish to them than some of the buttons that are up here. You can also see you have a metal engine stop-start button. Along the dashboard, you have vents that continue with metal trim all the way across. And on the inside of the vent, you have a little bit of lighting right there, which is adjustable in its color. Moving on to the door panel, you can see a metal cover for the speaker, the same thing, it's the same material on the door handle. And overall, it's a fairly simple but appealing interior. The material on these seats is leather, and it feels a lot more premium than cloth. See a little bit of bolstering there in the seat. Moving on, you've got some piano black here, which moves on to this grab handle, which you can see continues onto your climate controls right here below the center screen. And the center screen is a 10.25-inch unit, once again featuring Apple CarPlay. Now, moving over here, we've got memory seats for the driver, and that's built into this little panel right next to the speaker. And let's check out the back seats. Stepping into the back seat, you're going to find a relatively simple layout. There are no vents back here for the rear passengers. And moving on to the door panels, you don't get any of the piano black trim or anything that you find in the front seat. So it is fairly minimalist. However, closing myself into this rear seat area, you can tell that sitting behind myself, my knees are comfortable. In terms of headroom, I also have no issues there. Under these rear seats sits a 1.32 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery, which supplies electricity to the 43 horsepower electric motor. The powertrain uses a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission to connect to the wheels, and it also offers an electric-only driving mode. In the rear, you get multi-link suspension, which is an upgrade from the base model Elantra's torsion beam rear suspension. Let's talk a little bit about some of the features that come standard. The limited trim of the Hyundai Elantra hybrid gets extra features as compared to the SEL version of the hybrid, and some of those include standard LED headlights, a sunroof as you can see up top. You also get the 10.25-inch navigation screen, wireless charging, leather on the shifter and on the steering wheel. The more expensive limited trim also has a feature called the digital key. And what that allows you to do is use your phone to unlock and start the vehicle. That way you can leave your physical keys at home. You can also send permissions to people, such as the permission to lock and unlock the car but not drive it, to your kids, or you can even send full permission to drive the car to friends and family. The Hyundai Elantra in limited trim also comes with a better suite of safety technology, including an improved forward collision avoidance system, smart cruise control with stop and go, and reverse collision avoidance. Let's take a look at a couple of styling elements on the new Hyundai Elantra. As you can see on this limited trim hybrid, you get a dark chrome front grille as well as dark chrome trim panels down here at the front. Moving along to the side, there are 3 lines that come to a point. That is an unmistakable feature. Around the side, this Elantra has 17-inch wheels that are both black and polished. And the polished metal section right here points forward on the passenger side, but if we walk around to the driver's side, you'll notice that those polished sections point backwards. And this is common in vehicles with asymmetric wheel designs because the wheels are the same in all 4 corners. If your primary concern isn't maximizing your MPGs, then you may want to consider the base power plant in the Hyundai Elantra because the hybrid powertrain carries a considerable premium. The standard non-hybrid version of the Hyundai Elantra starts at $20,645 and features the same 2-liter, 147 horsepower, and 132 pound-foot of torque 4-cylinder engine that was in the previous model. This also uses a CVT transmission to achieve 37 miles per gallon. Standard features on the 2021 Hyundai Elantra base model include projector headlights, LED daytime running lights, an 8-inch infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, forward collision avoidance, blind spot monitoring, lane keep and lane follow assist, and high beam assist. Also new for the 2021 Hyundai Elantra are disc brakes in all 4 corners as opposed to the drum brakes that were used in the rear of the previous generation. The 2021 Hyundai Elantra will be arriving at dealerships in the 4th quarter of 2020, so be sure to keep your eyes peeled and let us know in the comments what you think of the new Elantra's styling. As always, this is the case with a fast lane car. Be sure to go back to TFLcar.com for more independent and honest reviews.